I'm speaking with Pam Suhr, Senior Vice President of Operations at Denihan Hospitality Group, which manages notable hotels, including the Affinia, the Benjamin, the James, and the Surrey. In December, the marketing group was honored by the Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association International for its successful efforts around Affinia's communications for adoption of Stash Rewards, a program that enables travelers who stay at Affinia properties in New York and Chicago to earn free nights at independent properties throughout the U.S. Here, Pam discusses the organizational change management efforts that contributed to the program's success. Pam, when Affinia partnered with Stash Hotel Rewards, the hotel chain needed to find a way to entice Frontline staff to encourage guests to sign up. As a result of this, the marketing team was recognized for an Adrian Award in December. Can you discuss that journey in terms of where you started and who from the organization was initially involved?
Certainly. Thank you very much for having me on the show, too. It's interesting just to think back on where we started because the journey began about a year ago with our Chief Marketing Officer actually engaging with Jeff Lowe, who was the person that started with Stash. And the idea was brought forth to John Mosier of asking us if we would be interested in getting involved to bring a rewards program to our customers. And John Mosier, overseeing our marketing efforts, recognized that as we look to what our customers are most interested in, it has been moving up more and more that customers are more interested in rewards programs. As you can imagine, over the last 10 years, it's just been higher and higher of a priority for our customers asking for that with our associates and our team members at the hotels. So with that in mind, he started talking to Jeff Lowe and discussed a little bit more about independent hotels coming together and actually becoming more of being able to provide unique experiences for customers that have independent properties or are involved with independent properties and travel to them. So it started with really that interest, and he presented it to our corporate team and then went out further where we had an opportunity to present it to our general managers as well as people at the property at the front office. And I can't tell you how excited they were that we were actually considering this because, as you can imagine, that being on the front line, our front office team, our guest service agents that work with our customers day in, day out, were anxious to hear that, excited to hear that we were going to be initiating a program that gave them an opportunity to earn points for rewards at other properties that were unique and different like our hotels as well.
Great, and I know to help get it off the ground, it involved assembling this ambassador program, which consisted of champions who would engage with customers about the program in order to get them to register for Stash Rewards. Can you discuss how the ambassadors were chosen and what they were tasked to do?
Certainly. Our Stash champions and ambassadors actually we went out to each of our general managers and said who would be able to engage and capture a whole program of engaging our customers and our associates and our team members to actually get them excited about sharing this program amongst their teams and also getting our guests excited about the program too. The first interest was, first off, they had no problem getting excited about the program because they knew that the customers would get, they knew their customers had been asking for it for a while, so it was a great opportunity for them to get started. So the introduction came forth with the general managers initially, general managers selecting from their team who they thought would actually be able to carry this out well and get the team motivated. At the same time, we did that with our corporate team and engaged all of the different disciplines from operations to reservations to our marketing team, and ended up getting everybody on the same page and just as excited and thrilled about the opportunity. So with that, the Stash champions just ended up, we pulled them all together and engaged them first off of a smaller group, an individual from each property, and this is all for the Affinia hotels. Each of the hotels had an individual Stash ambassador that was actually able to bring this energy to the idea center first. So we came together and brainstormed ideas first of what would work for their properties. And then we turned it inside out and then ended up having it so that we would train, they would be the trainers of the entire program.
And can you describe that training that was involved?
Certainly. Well, first off, we ended up getting Stash rewards, them to share a little bit about what the program was about across the country. So how a customer actually ended up getting signed up and actually assisting them with developing some different programs of how they might do that. But initially, it was about what the program was about and where the properties were across the country versus just our individual property. So we had a conference call where we had all of our Stash champions actually coming together, and then we had the conference call engaged all of those individuals for a couple hours, and they learned and they were trained on what the program was, and then we did role playing to actually talk about how, as they were checking in a guest, how that would be best perceived by the customer altogether, and how we could maximize the experience for the customer altogether. So after that, the Stash champion actually went back to their property and actually engaged their team, ended up bringing smaller groups of people together, and as you can imagine, they don't always have all their associates there with them at the same time, and it was interesting to see the enthusiasm build, and each of the leaders at the properties that were the Stash champions, as well as the general managers, encouraged a nice competitive balance where we put a goal out for each of our properties to say what we wanted to get to try to enroll a certain amount of people and engage and get them excited about the program, our customers. And that competition, as well as the pride that each property took, as well as having different, we actually had a computer that was set up in the lobby for each of our team members to be able to jump on and assist our guests actually with signing up right away if they chose to, or that we would give them some materials so that they could sign up at their leisure. So they had an opportunity to do it either way. And really that took off with us having weekly programs of updating each of the hotels of who was the top hotel that was engaging their customers, and then secondly, who was the top person within their hotel. So on many fronts, we actually encouraged a lot of different motivating components of it, where they could earn movie passes to Starbucks cards to a party for their hotel. So those are some of the ways that we started it.
Great. And it seems like everyone, from the doormen to the desk managers, were involved in pushing the Stash program forward. Mm-hmm. Would you attribute the program's success to this enterprise-wide involvement beforehand?
I definitely think that how the Stash champion ended up getting involved, but then the marketing department actually came, as we rolled out the program, we actually had a kickoff at each of the hotels, and so the enthusiasm of everybody, as you mentioned, the enterprise, it was actually at the corporate office, and the corporate office bringing it to the property, and the property bringing it back to the corporate office. So we had ongoing exchanges of celebration as well as introduction to the program and updates on a regular basis as well. So that was really the enticing piece of it. So it ended up engaging the bellman, the doorman, the GSA, our guest service agent, the general manager. Everybody had an opportunity to speak.
On the Stash rewards?
Yes, I can. The interesting piece of it, it probably came out on more fronts than we would have expected. We met within 2% of our goals that we had laid out for our team, so that was the first piece of it that was really exciting. It initially doubled Stash memberships for all the properties that they had across the country, so not just our properties, but our engagement with the teams actually doubled their membership overall, so that was really exciting. It's also given our customers really something that they can look out to, earn points and Stash rewards on right now, and travel to other properties that we may not have hotels in right now, and also bringing new customers to New York and also Chicago and D.C. for us as people come and are traveling into those three different cities as well. So it's really been a really engaging program for all of us, and the Adrian Award was a really nice touch that the marketing team actually was honored with as well.
Great. Well, congratulations again, Pam, on the Adrian Award, and good luck.
Thank you very much.